It's Friday night. I'm with my brothers.
Oh, shit.
I got Marshall to the right of me, Mikey B to the left. I'm looking at that gorgeous face over there, Mr. Danny Zerfus.
Surf?
What up?
I'm excited tonight. We have got a friend of the show, somebody that probably should have been on 2 or 3 years ago at this point.
You know.
But we got a friend of the show. This guy is, he's a mentor to me.
Ooh.
In a way. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a man of God. He is the 2025 alumnus of the year for Luther in high school.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Right? He's an inventor of the Elite Lab Sticks. This guy's an inventor. He owns a gym, Elite Performance. It's loosely called a gym. It's a gym, but it is a lot more than a gym.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, it's a lot more than a gym.
Training center.
Training center, yeah. Elite
Community center.
Elite Performance Solution. The elite karting community is ingrained in the go-kart and racing community.
Yep.
And he's got the Elite Performance Foundation. You can go over all the names.
Sure.
We've got a friend, a follower of Christ, a father, a husband, an inventor, an entrepreneur, everything. Mr. Zachary Dirr on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's definitely overdue, sir. Definitely
It has
overdue.
been. It has been. How many years has it been? Honestly,
God, I don't even
was
know.
was it Little Oak Lane?
It was Little Oak Lane.
Okay, so that's
It's been a few years.
You ever come out here on Edge?
the
on
pod-
5.
Yeah, the podcast didn't exist then, but at least the time I've been going and working with you is
Yeah.
all the way back.
Well, that's true because that's when Amelia was coming
Yep.
for some hitting work. So I know that kind of dates us all. For
It's been a minute.
But
Holy
yeah,
cow.
Little Oak Lane. That's been what 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
So
Man.
Wow.
yeah, first time being here. So
Welcome.
legit. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And you're always welcome. I just want to dive in real quick. You know, we're talking about what you do, right? You do that as a career, but I know you clearly had that as a passion before you started that. Like, was there something that happened in your life where you were like, man, I could do this for a living?
I mean, for me, always playing sports.
Yeah.
Like, played soccer and basketball, baseball, just kind of creating that niche way of life for me was always through sports. I joke around all the time with kids, kind of the old anger management, right? You got kids, you got different growth phases of life. But what was the one thing that was always common with me was always the fact that I knew that I could always go to the weight room, frustrated or not. That was always my go-to place.
Yeah. That's
And,
a good, dude.
There's a lot of kids now that don't know that.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the intro, with the nonprofit, we've got a lot established in schools now for scholarship funds just to help, students, different parameters that are set depending on, a lot of the community partners that we have with that, with the donations that we have that come through. Some folks like to set different parameters, they have to have a certain grade or GPA average or they're playing sports.
Cool.
And then even with just the gym, we got a timeline. I mean, you guys have seen it, banners there on the wall. Yeah. But the big component to that was trying to be able to showcase the growth of what Elite Performance was in 2009 versus where it is now sitting here in 2026. And, looking at some of those pictures, seeing where the facility was, what the facility looked like, what the equipment was that was in there, what type of people were we able to develop and cater and service to. When I first started in 2009, like literally it was one-on-one. It was an 8x12 size room in my folks' garage. Literally, these guys always joke around, but the only way in was me opening the garage door for folks to come through the garage, and we were closing it.
Wow.
And now you got, almost a 6,000 square foot facility. You got hitting lanes, chiropractor, barbershop on site. You've got, with Renew Wellness that comes in, with Ashley who comes in, once or twice a month for massages for folks.
It's a total package.
It is.
Yeah.
My thing is to kind of circle back around was I wanted to try to create a full circle. I mean, if anybody knows the logo, like if you look at it, it's got a circle with EP in the middle, And the whole concept of that was trying to develop every person, and that's what EP was at that point in time, was that every person, there was something around that circle that was something that was for them.
That's cool.
So that could have been nutrition, that could have been working out, that could have been a place where kids could go after school. Somebody that was older and they needed to work on a little bit more on flexibility or just the mobility and the movements and way of life where they weren't full of aches and pains all the time. And, it's been a blessing because you've been able to grow that over time, which is awesome.
Yeah.
When those banners got put up on the wall and looking at some of those different things, you kind of get chills because you're so stuck in the moment.
Yep.
And you kind of take yourself back and you look at some of those photos. I mean, it's pretty legit. Like, it's a lot of fun. I think it's more fun for me now because the girls come out and they're looking at it and they kind of know where they were at when they were born and kind of seeing how some of the things have changed since they've been around too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
It's got to be easier for people too, like when you have all that at your hands in one place. I feel like a big piece of how people crumble in life is they have to go here, and then they got to get recommended here, and then they got to go over here.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you've passionately put all that together in one place is something that I caught my eye from the beginning when I first met you. I was like, man, he's got this, Man, if I want to go get my damn haircut,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I can just do it right here. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Mike's been over there quite a bit.
Yeah,
not getting his haircut. Not getting his haircut.
I listen. My haircut's pretty simple. It involves a Gillette Mach 5. Hey, listen. Shout out Gillette. You've taken care of this business for years, but no, if I had hair, I'd be totally down because there's nothing better than. I mean, honestly, it's the whole community thing and the fact that exactly as you noted, Zach, it's the fact that you go there and you've got a community of people. That's one of the things I love about it is the fact that I can go in there. I'm going to see Zach, of course. It says Jim. I'm going to see Dustin heading out when I'm heading in because he's done well before he should be done because he gets there super early.
Are you talking about Zach or Dustin?
Dustin?
Yeah, Zach never
because he gets there before Zach opens the door.
Yeah.
Well,
does his workout down on the asphalt.
Zach.
That's the
apparently
claim. That's the claim.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
There's a security cameras all
There's
around
only
that
two
place.
of us that know the truth.
Yeah.
Well, we can pull the security footage.
You're gonna have to
I can
send me.
validate that.
I mean, any way you look at it, this dude's there super early, but and there's just a community of people. I won't name drop everyone, but there's a lot of folks that I've seen, I've literally worked out with for years.
Yeah,
they go there and it's awesome. They've moved buildings with you as I have. And, I think the thing that I've always loved about it is that it's a great place to work out and just hang out with people that are open-minded. Nobody's going to make you feel bad for, how much you're lifting. I think that's the biggest piece of it for me was I couldn't do anything when I got there. It was very, 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 very minimal, just like Dustin. Dustin was worse. But when I got there, I didn't feel bad about what I was doing. And I think that's the point that I would call out. It's just that it's a great community and it's people that are very encouraging. And at the end of the day, you can get a good workout in, you got a good community, and people really enjoy, what they're doing.
Sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
To your point on a point you made is Dustin, you created that space for people to get away and relieve stress and just kind of get their minds wrapped around life, right? Like Dustin, he's literally in the morning. The dude's up at 3:30 in the morning. He can't wait to get there.
He's got mental health problems.
That's half of it.
But
that makes two of us because I'm also up at that time.
I know. But I know you guys are different.
It opens a gate up
Yeah.
to
It's great.
different ways for people to release that stress, right? And cope with day-to-day life. We all know life sucks, right? We make way of it. We have sometimes it hits you in the face, but it's a big piece, and I know that's why Dustin's so passionate about you and your gym and who you are. Man, you've changed his life. Yeah. That's a big piece, and I was going to turn into as your journeys when you said 2009 is when you started,
Right, October.
So those pieces, was there specific situations as you grew your business that really made you push harder or anything that sticks out to you?
No, I mean,
just the drive of helping people or,
For me, the concept of it was always what what I always refer to as function and flow.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you look at the circle, I'll go back to the logo, right? Is that you always have to have a function first before you can ever create any type of a flow. So you have to know what the function of people is, what is the need, how are you going to develop that need, but more importantly, how are you implementing that to create the flow for the individual?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So when people come in, they're already scared out of their mind. They don't want to come in. They're intimidated, knowing that they need extra help that they themselves couldn't do.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a big part.
Yeah.
And then from that standpoint, we always put them through what's called a FAB, which is a fitness assessment baseline, which is just a beginning assessment to see where they're truly at.
Yep.
And then from that standpoint, we put a specific program together. So everything is catered to the individual. So when they come in, literally, there's file folders galore. I mean, these guys can witness that.
Yeah.
But it's all specific to the individual. It could be a food plan. It could be accountability plan. It's the workouts. I'm always there. But at some point, they want to be able to learn and educate and grow, right?
Yep.
So kind of to your point with this guy who's sitting over here is that, like life sucks, right?
Yeah.
Like we've all had our turmoil points in our lives and we can always hold on to those and dwell on them, or we can grow from them.
Yeah. Get better.
And that's where that flow component of it comes from, because then it's accountability to improve.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is one of those things, but, to your point with looking at the different services that are out there, I never went in thinking, hey, I'm going to develop this in 2022 or this in 2026.
Yeah.
It's all based off of my own experiences, and I'm paying attention to where the world is. I'm seeing who's coming into my gym. What are the needs? How are those needs being met? If you look at some of the big box gyms, those things aren't being met, right? So if somebody comes to me and says, hey, what is known? Why is Elite Performance known for being Indy's best fitness center over, 2 years? We won. Last year, we were a runner-up. This year, we got nominated back into the top 5 again. So, I mean, that's a lot of, different. Those are a lot of different components, though.
Right.
And it's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's the important piece. Like anybody can go out and be a one-hit wonder and win one time and then they just disappear.
Yep.
But knowing that I've been able to establish that in our community and our outreach for different folks, different age levels.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about the karting academy. I got the youngest karting kid that I have right now is 4 years old.
Wow.
And it's a little girl.
That's cool.
And I will be honest with you, I've got 2 girls.
Yep.
There is no way my wife would say, yeah, we're going to put either one of these girls in a go-kart at 4 years old.
4 years old, yeah.
But this little girl comes in and she works circles around people.
That's cool.
And then, and that's just one piece of it. You work with kids, they're in IndyCar, they're in some of the IndyCar development, they're in truck series, ARCA level racing, Kenyon Midget
We can
series.
shout it out. Isaac Johnson, friend of the show.
Isaac Johnson is a big race, guy of mine. He's a good friend of the shows, we become a sponsor for the Kenyon Midget series, which is awesome. Meeting Brad Hayes and having the opportunity to work with him and his group has been awesome over the last 2 years. It's been able for us to grow a pipeline for the go-kart racers into a different variation to racing to still develop their racing skills and racing careers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot, with schools, with our EFE program through Elite Innovations that I run. We got that in schools now where we're working with a lot of kids that have ISPs or 504s that really need that extra hands-on attention that, a lot of schools don't have the budget for.
Right.
So, this summer we ran that as a summer camp for moms and dads to get their kids out of the house a little bit. That also was nominated into the top 5 for this year for Indy's Best as well. And then, kind of speaking on with the nonprofit, being able to help financially with a lot of parents.
Yeah.
It could be through sports. It could be families. It could be school needs. I mean, there's a lot of different venues there that we can.
You hit all the avenues to make sure they have what they need.
Yeah.
From books to pencils to
any of that.
The thing that they need to thrive in a sport.
Yep.
No, it's awesome. Mike said earlier, it's a community center.
It is.
You created a ultimate community center, which is awesome. I think a lot of people see that. And in your last interview, I think you nailed on that a little bit too. So
and one thing I would to reinforce the fact that it's community center is and Zach, you kind of touched on this, but the fact that it's really all ages, all different athletic abilities. I mean, you've got Division I athletes that have come in there. You've got folks that are retirees at the the end of athletics in terms of just trying to stay fit and trying to stay limber and be able to move around. And you've got the Dustins of the world who
I don't know what I do in there, but I go.
but I mean, the point is though that you're able to work with everybody, and I think that reinforces the whole point of a community is the fact that it doesn't matter where you're at. That's one of the things I actually really love when new people come in, because it's great to be able to see you work with them and just, hey, where are you at? It's never, the other big box gyms will talk about judgment-free zone. Listen, no one's judging you for where you're at.
No.
They're judging you for effort.
No.
That's the only thing I would call out is that no one's going to say, oh, you're not, you're not doing enough.
Well, the beautiful part of going to Zach's gym and going to Elite Performance is it's not like Planet Fitness where, if you want to go hard at Elite Performance, you can. If it's whatever you want to make it. Whereas Planet Fitness, you can't say 2 words more than a 5 decibel level without getting yelled at.
Yeah.
So
and
it's really a family atmosphere. And yes, I went there for about 5 minutes and I need to go back. And
hey, but you learned quick.
But it's the most family atmosphere. It's very welcoming. Yes, going into any gym is intimidating.
Yeah.
But
let me ask you this. What was your experience walking in to Zach's gym, Elite Performance?
Yeah.
Like, were you what's the level of nerves? Like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what was that like?
You walk in, it's like, fuck, what am I doing at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning?
5 o'clock for the record, 5 a.m.
What am I doing? And then you get to work, and it just changes your whole mindset. And it's very easy to get out of that mindset and get back into complacency, and which is 100% what happened to me. But it's just small goals you got to make for yourself and just do it.
Yeah.
And just whether you're a morning person, afternoon, evening, make it happen.
Did
You're
you
going
ever
to feel
get-
so much better.
Did you ever get a glimpse of like, man, I'm almost there. I'm like just getting over that hump. I'm like, hey, I just get up, Did you ever get that glimpse, or did you feel like you wanted it?
In minute 4 of the 5 minutes that you were there.
4 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah.
Well, it's you're working your muscles.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a different world, like
I
from
can-
your day to day. You're
I
not
can-
using
God,
some of
God
those
forbid
muscles, right?
you drop something on the floor while you're at work. You are not picking it up. So I'm just saying,
Sure. No,
you go to Elite Performance, you're gonna get your butt kicked.
you're gonna get it kicked, but
It's a good butt
yeah,
kicking.
it's a good butt
and
kicking.
it makes you feel good. And guess what? It heals after a couple days. You just keep going, and your
Drink lots
muscles
of
get
water.
used to it.
I do know
Lots
this.
of water.
I can say this, like, yeah, it's a tough journey for anybody that's trying to change their life, right? But I do know from experience that, like, Zach puts his all in on trying to make sure you don't mentally fail, right? Like,
Right.
you just keep going. I honestly, it was super shocking to see the effort he puts into just an individual, like,
for sure.
hey, just making sure that they're okay, keeping their levels up, doing everything he can to support them to not give up.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean?
There's a
Like-
couple occasions with Zach where I was like in the early days, and I was like, "Well, I think I should do more reps, or I think I should do higher weight." And he's like, "Stay there."
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays it's not that. Nowadays he'll look at me like, "Why aren't you? Why aren't you?
I'm
Why aren't
telling-
you
I'm
lifting
telling
more?"
you all the time.
Yeah,
Put more weight on the bar.
more weight on the
Point
bar.
blank.
But when,
trying hard
when
enough.
I
It
first
doesn't matter
started
where he's
out,
at.
like I remember the first day like you were talking about this. Like I went in with Mike, because Mike had been telling me for years, like, you gotta go see this guy named Zach. I was like, I'm not going to Zach.
Hey.
Sounds terrible. Like,
Elite Performance.
And then I go in there, and Zach I think he was doing I didn't know what he was doing. He was doing the baseline on me. He's like, give me 60 push-ups. I was like, shit. Like I can do like 2.
Just turn into a black man.
And, yeah, I did. And it's exactly
tough workout.
probably what I said to Zach, too. But I did 3 push-ups. Like, I did 3. And I was like,
now look at where you're at.
right, and I stayed.
Cool.
And it was super, like, supportive, and it wasn't judgmental. He's like, do 60. If it takes you the whole hour, do 60. But get them. And then you just go.
Just for the record, it took him 55 minutes.
The other 5 minutes was spent in the yard puking. But,
There
hey,
you go.
listen,
And then you
That
get
might
to
have been the case.
you get to the point now where I argue with
Yeah.
him about how much he's lifting, and he gives me shit and tells me that,
That's great.
but it's a great community for sure.
It's awesome. I want to hit on, you talked about you have 2 daughters,
Mhm.
right? They're in sports. I take it,
Yeah.
of course I see this, but I want you to just kind of tell your viewers and your people that really come see you that really don't know a whole lot about
Right.
who you are.
Right.
You've got 2 daughters. I'm sure they're freaking athletic beasts.
Oh, you got to tell him about the deadlifting. Didn't she, or what did she do that you
Oh,
were
you're
telling me?
talking about this summer?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
my oldest, Annabelle. So I do a lot of the varsity conditioning for volleyball,
Yeah.
and then also for the girls basketball programs
awesome.
over at a local high school.
It's cool.
And it was fun because it's a sport that she plays,
Right.
which is volleyball. So she kind of wanted to go and see at that higher level, what the workouts were all about,
Right.
right? Which I was loving because I'm like, hey, all right, kudos. Dad's not really forcing it. This
Right.
is something that she's inquiring about. She understands, right? I mean, both my kids were born in the gym, just from all the years of me doing it.
Yeah.
Being at preschool, come home and pick me up, then we'd be in the gym training folks in the afternoon and such. So, I mean, they truly have known their way around the gym. And so she was with me one morning, and then they were just happened to be deadlifting. And there was a couple girls that didn't have partners. So I said, all right, well, you pick. And I just picked one strength-wise where I knew she would be pretty similar to. She ended up going through it. She was lifting more than the freshmen through juniors.
That's awesome.
Like there was only a couple of the seniors that were actually lifting more than what she was.
It's cool.
So, of course, she's inquiring and asking what that means and, those kinds of things. And I mean, for me, it's fun because they see it. Like they see dad doing something in a way where it's benefiting other people. And it's not just one avenue like we've all kind of spoken on. It's different aspects. It's from a monetary standpoint. It's in schools. It's in sports. It's in a variety of sports at different levels. So they see it. They know that it works.
Yep.
My youngest, she's going into 3rd grade this year, and she's all about dance.
Nice.
So she's not really quite old
My
enough
youngest
yet
is as well.
to
She's a dancer.
so
Gymnastics.
so you understand the price tag that comes with that one.
Yes.
But I mean, it's fun because they both still understand. Like my youngest, Adeline, is understanding the importance of flexibility.
Right.
Right. Because obviously as a dancer, they need that.
Yeah.
But she still comes out. Like this summer, she came out as part of the EFE program, and then Zion Lutheran with some of their sports programs. That's also where I teach. We started a summer program for all their sports for their athletes.
Nice.
So all their kids came out, so they went out there, and it's fun for them because they get to see their friends over summer, and they get to do different things depending on the sport.
It's cool.
But I mean, it's a lot of fun as a dad because they get to see me do things differently than just being at school.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've, for a little bit about me is that, I played college baseball, which was
That's
an
a great activity.
absolute blast.
It's a great activity.
You're so full of shit.
Just so
I heard, just so on record, I want everybody to know that I was informed this morning
Oh boy.
that he's not a fan of football.
I am a fan of football.
It was the European version of football that he now is a fan of.
It checks out and it makes a lot of sense.
He also
So-
thinks that baseball isn't a sport.
It's not. It's
Just so
an
you know.
activity.
Okay, well,
So if you didn't know that this morning, now you know.
No, I know. Thank you.
That he doesn't believe that baseball should be a sport. And then also, I actually can't wait till the day to where I can get him in an outfield in an MLB stadium and launch a fly ball to him and see how he reacts.
Better yet, let's just put him in a batter's box with a pitching machine. I mean, come over to the barn.
You're talking about one
That's perfect.
aspect
Put that
of
on.
the game.
That's perfect.
But
One
with that
aspect of the
being
game.
said, well, kind of go back to it, just from myself being an athlete, going in, having fun, seeing my girls being able to understand like where dad was an athlete. I'm good.
Participant.
But from that standpoint, that's what you say.
Jeez.
I mean, if you're in there, I'll kind of steal one from IU. There are banners on the wall.
Yeah.
My jersey is retired out there, by the way. So it's a lot of fun.
Can we commit now that we can get Dustin Sanders in front of a pitching machine with the cameras
Done.
let's go ahead and get
Done.
that
Sign me
done.
up.
You guys know where the place is at. Let's make it happen.
We're going.
Yeah, we got to do that.
The next time you guys see us,
Done.
Dustin Sanders will be in front of a pitching machine and trying to explain to us why baseball isn't a sport.
I love that. Let's
I
do
love
it.
it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
lock it
When
in.
I
You're
start
good with
ham-
it?
when I start hammering,
not gonna scare
don't
it
even
away?
come at me. Don't even at me when I start
Okay.
hammering them.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
Done.
We'll see.
Done.
Originally, I wanted to wait for some higher level stuff, but
Yeah.
Done.
Let's do it.
just
now.
how about we just put
Let's
you in the
just-
box?
Let's just do it.
That's good.
Yeah, I love it.
We're in on that.
I love it.
Is it fastball only, or does it do changeup?
We're full bore fast.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not invited, Marshall.
All right.
It's gonna be like a monkey screwing a football.
What do
Like,
you
it's-
think of this conversation? Fuck yeah, put me in the batting cage. I'll
I
hammer
can't.
some.
We're getting in the cage for sure.
I will say that's one aspect of the game. One.
What is
aspect.
the other aspect?
You got to catch the ball.
That's
Throw
another
the
super
ball.
tough part of the
Thank you,
game
sir.
is to catch a fly ball in the outfield.
I mean, just kind of cycle back around to your point is just, as a dad, having kids that can come out and they see what dad's doing. They
Yes.
see the influence. They see the
Yes.
important pieces of what dad's able to do
Right.
in different aspects of life. I think to me, that's the fun
Yes.
anymore. It's not a career.
Right.
I mean, it is a career, but it's not one of those jobs where you wake up and you're dreading going to work.
Right, you love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're like,
because there's, like I said, like we have close to 350, 360 members now
It's awesome.
that come in and out over a week's time.
Yeah.
So from Monday through Saturday, and not one person that's walking through the door, I'm doing the exact same thing with.
Right.
They're seeing it from kids that need extra hands-on help in school. There's older folks that are struggling just to be healthy and happy
Yeah.
in life. And you need a little more hands-on assistance with that. So, I mean, you kind of see the nurture and nature approaches to that hands-on influence
And I want to
that you're
piggyback
able
this
to
point
do.
before you leave it, because I know you got a couple things you want to talk about before we leave this. But like my son comes to this gym, and he needs to be there more often than he is. But to piggyback off what Zach's talking about, is like your kid seeing what you're doing, what Zach's doing in his gym. It's so vital to this community, and like I bring my son.
Mhm.
I bring my son to it. So not only does he get a healthy workout, but to your point, he gets to see what dad's doing.
Hell,
Right?
Mhm.
He gets to.
Royal's been there.
It-
You're teaching them
Amen.
routines,
Right.
man. Like
Yeah.
healthy routines.
Yeah, it's not about working them out at 9. It's about look at what dad's doing too. And so you not only you're getting a little bit of a workout as a 9-year-old, but what's more important, like you just said, he's learning routines. He gets to see me do it. Like I
You're
just wanted to
protecting
piggyback that.
him from
Yeah.
what you went through, right?
Absolutely.
Well, not even just that, but the fact that, we talk about the community, we talk about the good things we see at Elite. But the other thing I would call out too is how many families, like you kind of touched on this, but how many families go there? Like I am struck by the fact that, of course, husband and wife, the couples that are there, but also like they bring their kids.
Mhm.
And there's so many generations of folks who are either actively, at Elite, or they've moved on and gone to like different states because they're D1 athletes, because, Elite helped them out and help, raise the bar a little bit.
Yeah, you just signed a volleyball player or something. Just signed.
Yeah, we've had 2 this offseason. One's going to Goshen, and then the other one's IU Indy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then there's a couple of basketball girls where Eastern Kentucky's looking at one, and IU Indy also.
Nice.
Let's
Anyway,
go.
sorry, I didn't
So-
mean to-
Yeah,
but
no.
it was a couple-
But I mean, to your point, Mike, like there's probably over the last year, I've had probably more dads and sons, truthfully, that have come in. And a lot of it is I've started to notice dads only have a connection with their children through sports.
100%.
It's not life, right? So I feel, and this is just me being, the trainer and the person there running the facility, is that the dads and the parents are trying to create a different avenue to connect with their children.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome
Yeah.
because a lot of these kids anymore, when they come home, they're sitting in front of a tablet.
Mhm.
There's no communication. They don't know how to be innovative. There's no self-thinking anymore. So if there's truly something that they need, a lot of these kids don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
And it's not just with their
Yeah.
parents. It's in school, or some of them get so frustrated they bottle it up until they blow up, and then there's this
Yeah.
bigger situation
I was
at
gonna
hand.
leave my point.
And that's kind of part of like with the Lead Innovations and the EFE program that we run, is trying to teach these children different tools
Yeah.
to help them work through some of those things. And it's awesome for me. I mean, a lot of people tell me, "Oh no, it's just because you created it." No, like
No.
kind of circle back earlier, like when you and I were talking, it's one of those things where you create a program and there's not just one type of person that's going to benefit.
Right.
It's a parent, like with the Elite Lab Sticks that you were talking about. Originally, when that first started, was to help one of my drivers in the racing academy because he was dyslexic. So they do what's called mapping. So they would have a map layout of every track that they run. Okay. So obviously red was a braking zone.
Right.
Yellow, because that was another color on the handle, was what they call the apex.
Yep.
So, they maybe baby the throttle or they're coasting
Slow
through.
down yeah.
And then green was full throttle zones. So help them understand, well, if they were able to hit all that, there's a blue star in the middle. And that's, what they call the star, because you hit every tracking point for those different turns on the track. Well, if I'm hitting all those, I'm setting myself up in a pretty good result that hopefully I'm going to be either winning that race or I'm getting a podium finish when it's all said and done.
Yep.
Right. So now you're taking that, and now, almost 11 years later, now you're taking that, you develop the EFE program, which is an executive functioning enhancement program in schools with kids that have ISPs or 504s. Okay. There's a world's variety to what those plans entail. Well, now you're taking that Elite Lab Stick as an intricate part to this, and you're using that in school.
And explain the Elite Lab Stick real quick.
So literally what it is, it kind of looks like a helicopter blade. There's three different arms to it.
A picture of it.
Yeah, right here.
And basically what it is, there's three different handles on it. And, like we call what are called 777s or drop 11s are the two games that we play.
Yeah.
And 777s are you basically toss a stick handle back and forth and you have to call it out. So like if Dustin, I know he's not very good because obviously ball and stick sports are not his forte.
Right. Yeah.
But you would, I had to get it in, so you're welcome. That. But like you would throw it to help these kids because motor development is key.
Right.
Right. Some of these kids don't have it.
So basically
you would call right hand.
They got to catch with the right hand. They got to know what color it is.
Exactly.
They got to catch
red.
red.
You would toss it. I would say right hand yellow. Then you toss it. So the simple thing is though,
so
you're creating. There's three different colors.
Dustin, we'd feel this immediately.
Oh, immediately.
It's honestly it's tough. It is. It's tough.
Can you imagine just trying to catch a stick that's falling? I can't imagine color.
Eye-hand coordination.
Yeah.
So it's a sport development, but on top of that,
that's awesome.
It's staying on task, which most kids in a classroom that have 504s or ISPs struggle with.
Yep.
Their anxiety is high.
Right.
So you talk them through the colors. The red is a trigger. So the red is trying to figure out what sent them off the rails to put them in that red scenario. Get it to yellow.
Right.
Well, now they're starting to kind of let that wall down.
Right.
They're talking to you a little bit.
Yep.
So for a kid is huge.
Yeah.
Because now this child knows, one, that you're a safe spot that they can talk to. Mom and dad are not there, and they're trying to rely on somebody else to be a benefit to them so they know that that's somebody there at school they can trust, which is huge.
Yeah.
And then they're letting their guard down. Now you go to green. Okay? So after green, there's no more trigger. They're not frustrated. They've calmed themselves down. Now they're staying on task, and we're good.
Yeah.
So now they can send them back to class. Is how that whole concept works.
Yep.
So normally you're talking, 10 to 12 minutes through a process like that while it's going on at school, which is just huge.
I am going to go ahead and throw out the next challenge. We have the baseball challenge. While we're there, we're definitely doing the elite stick.
Elite Lab Stick.
Elite Lab
There
Stick.
you go.
Bang, right there. All right, we're definitely doing the Elite Lab Stick challenge. Everybody here is going to do it. I cannot wait to see.
Man, this is gonna be good.
Hey, no, I mean,
Gonna be good.
I'm just saying, I'm the most
idea.
athletic of the four. So
He did go to Warren Central.
Coming from the guy
let's
who's wearing a Falco jersey. By the way.
yeah. And let's
best
just
quarterback
remember,
of all time. Are you kidding me?
and let's just remember, like, this is about brain power, not athleticism.
Ooh,
It is.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, and the concept,
Because out of the four, I'm the only one who's willing to dive on the ground. So
there you
Yeah,
go.
that's not true.
that is true.
No, it's
You're gonna break your hip trying to.
it doesn't
jump on the
matter. It
ground.
doesn't matter. I'll definitely jump on the ground if it means winning.
See what you've done with the left. I love
No,
it.
it's cool, man. Like,
But I mean, like, you look at something like that, right? I mean, it's a simple thing, but the biggest component to it that I absolutely love is what you're looking at right there on the screen is the 14th version of this stick that I've made.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So you've put a lot of work into this thing. You probably tried certain things on certain kids.
Yep.
Maybe, oh man, if I did this. That's blood, sweat, and tears right there.
The best part to this whole thing was that I had a kid. So we're known as a premier hub through NASM, which stands for National Academy of Sports Medicine. So at Elite Performance, we're the only one in the state of Indiana where they have what's called a gym turnship. So if folks go through them and get any certification through NASM, is that they have an unpaid internship, if you will.
Yeah.
And one of the gals that I first worked with once I had that established was she was really big into doing the 3D printing.
Yeah.
And so I had all these different concepts and she actually designed one and the handle itself was 14 inches long. So the blue star actually went from the center all the way through the center of the handle, but it was a cylinder sleeve. And then over that time, we were tossing it and using it, but it would snap and it would break and it would come up with different odds and ends.
Right.
And now there's a company out on the west side close to the airport that I work with, and they manufacture all the handles for me.
Nice.
That's cool.
Now.
That's cool, man.
So the challenge is to get away from like all the bolts and the inserts
and just have
the whole
one piece
die cast, where they can go in and mold the whole thing as one solid piece, but we're just not quite there yet for that production volume yet.
The great thing about this is one, it's obviously a great tool, and we're looking at the benefits of it in terms of the ability to help with mental clarity, productivity, focus, memory, agility, management. But the other piece of this that I love about this is one, I can't wait to have this competition because
me too.
It's going to be fantastic because I know at least two of the finalists right here that are going to be laughing at.
That's
these.
adorable.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna win the baseball hitting competition.
No chance. No chance.
There's no chance in hell.
Can Zach play? Can Zach play?
Yeah. Why wouldn't Zach be a part of this? Are you kidding me?
I would be more than happy.
I'm putting myself in this.
I would be more than happy to
100%.
beat a college athletic baseball player. Like I will do it. If you're gonna force me to do it, I'll do it.
This is going to be bad.
Just mind you, Danny was the one that brought this up.
Maybe we'll start
it had
it.
nothing
Maybe
to
we'll
do with
start it off with letting Zach hit first,
Set the
and
tone.
then you go right behind.
Hey, there's going to be a elite performance first and 10 games. I already foresee it happening.
I mean, we just
Hey,
put two on the list in 15 minutes.
But
Holy
Hey,
cow.
we could have a fun. Like this is just
Yes.
how my mind works, right? Like
100%.
Mr. Innovative here. March Madness time, boys.
Oh, man. Don't get him
Are
started.
you kidding me? You're skipping
could-
football season?
We could no, I'm not skipping football season. I'm just thinking.
I'm
like,
sorry. I got
this
angry.
would
I saw
be-
red.
You want to put it in the best time of sports.
This would be a legit
for sure.
time.
Yes. Yes.
hold on.
We could have some.
Hold on.
We could have some fun with this.
I also
you
need you to
will.
reel back a little bit because I'm still trying to get my mind around that you just skipped football season that quick.
Well, now hold on.
We went to March.
We did miss a point that I was going to make is the fact
I
that
did, my
as
bad.
great as this, the elite lab sticks are, and what Zach is doing, what I love about it even more is the fact that you're utilizing a local manufacturer to do it.
right.
And that right there for me is it just shows a commitment to what you're trying to do in the community, to go back to that and to harp on that. You're using a local manufacturer. A lot of people would go to, whatever overseas manufacturer is
Just
going to
to
do
be
this.
cheap. And,
You got this
That's awesome.
here in state, in the city that we live in.
Right.
You've got this done. So I'm stoked about that. I want to call that out.
Yeah,
and
no,
not
it's awesome. No, and it's a big part of the community. I would also like to add that I cannot wait till we get into the midget cars on our journey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Isaac Johnson,
now
get us into your
will.
cars.
we did talk about racing not being a sport. We did.
now
talk
I will.
You did. I
Well,
think
I
racing
did.
is
Whoever
Was that you that said that?
1,000% I did.
I'm going out on a limb, and whoever said that, you're dumb as hell.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Like I will.
You got to have impeccable
Piggyback
cardio to do that.
I am not someone, and I will say this because I worked with a lot of these kids. I talked with a lot of owners.
Yeah.
I've been behind the scenes. I've worked with exercise physiologists at Michigan State University for a lot of years. That's my whole racing
Michigan
program
University. You hear that, Mike?
is
Michigan
No, I said
State.
I said Michigan State.
Whatever.
Get it right.
Sorry.
I understand that, but Michigan State is the one that oversees a lot of physical conditioning, though, for the higher end race series.
Yeah,
and so that's why I went that route.
Do you
But
ever
the
use
component-
that with anybody that's in your racing training program?
Oh, we have kit bags that every driver has.
I was gonna say because
As a warm up.
I would imagine that is a huge part of racing, right?
If you guys ever have the opportunity, I know you guys kind of spoken on it with Isaac. We do that for a warm up. There's
That's
also
just
a lacrosse ball that's in the bag as well.
Can I like give Zach a shout? I was at a this is how involved he is with racing. I was at a Isaac Johnson race, the Kenyan Minute Series, and I was there with a buddy.
Oh, that was a speedrome.
Yeah, and I'm just there.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, there's Zach because he's there with his racer.
Yeah,
Right, he's
of
there
course
with his racer, working him out, getting him ready, probably doing the warm ups and just making sure. Like that's how committed this guy is with his athletes.
Yeah.
Like it's phenomenal.
And that's, I mean, my biggest thing is, again, go back to the logo, is that anything I'm going to do, I'm going to do it to the best I can.
Yeah.
And it's not to showcase anything about me. Like, you guys know me. I'm not about titles. I'm not about being put up on that pedestal.
Yep.
But knowing that you've been able to create different programs in so many different avenues, in so many different ways.
Yeah.
How many other people in the world today within the industry that I work in can say that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm
No, I
might-
think that's
might
why
make me a
you
little
stand
biased,
out.
but
Yeah.
No, you're not
I
being
think-
biased. It's truth. Like when I said that earlier, like, man, when I came in there to your facility, I was like, wait, is she cutting hair over there? Wait, is that a massage parlor? Wait, is that a racing simulator?
Well,
right there?
and hold up,
Right.
you
hold up.
know, like it's super cool, man.
There's
And
more coming. What you got to talk about real quick? What else is
I
coming?
can't imagine what's coming. Like
I'm
dude's
stoked
bringing-
about Fire and Ice.
he's literally
Yeah.
bringing
I'm
us
stoked about
everything.
We have the Kingdom of the North, the fire.
the EP Fire and Ice. So it's a cold plunge and sauna that's going to be in there.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Infrared sauna that'll be
Nice.
in there, and then cold plunge. Obviously, self-explanatory there on
Yeah.
that front.
Yeah.
But
It's the whole journey. I mean, if you really think about it, you can
Yeah.
come in, you can get your workout in. You're done with
3:30.
your workout.
3:30.
3:30 in the morning.
Ice plunge.
No,
Yeah.
3:30 in the afternoon because it's not open until 5 a.m.
Yeah, except for if you're me. then
No,
it is open.
no.
obviously, he wasn't paying attention to those small details.
No. But anyway, you got the full journey. And I think that's what's great is you can come in for a workout, get done with your workout. Hey, you know what? I need to hit the ice plunge, rejuvenate a little bit. I'm going to hit the sauna, feel good, sweat all this out, get cleaned up, come on back, get your hair looking good. If you had hair, I don't have hair, but if you had hair, come get it looking fresh.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's all, and you know what? The other part of it too is if you're sore from the workout, got you covered. You got the massage therapy. You've also got, if your back's a little jacked up because maybe you're not using the leg press correctly. I don't know who would have done that, but it may have happened a time or two. You need to get your back adjusted. That's covered as well.
Yeah, and don't forget, and I know there's a lot here, but the Elite Lab RX. So that whole component now is partnering with a couple local nurse practitioners and practices.
Oh yes, that's right.
So having that option where you can do blood work and food sensitivity panel testing,
He
you
sells
know,
steroids. You get steroids.
GLP-1s, weight loss assistance, online supplements that we have there as
get your
well that
score.
people can go in, in-body scans as well. So, I mean, and
I think that
it's
endless.
oversight.
Yeah, it's
Right.
endless. Like if you can think about your body's health, like Elite Performance has it. It's there. And
So it's funny you say that.
super.
So there was a guy this morning, and as long as him and his wife have been coming, sometimes they always kind of gripe back and forth. And
No.
his whole thing is, she says, "Oh, why did I tell you my goals?" And his response is, because this place isn't called Average Performance.
Ooh, average Joe's.
And
Well
it's
done.
called Elite
Well done.
Performance. And I think to your point
Right.
is that it's all elite.
Yeah.
right? It just depends and caters to the individual. And that for me, that's the fun.
Dude,
Because every single person that walks through the door,
You're elite.
right.
we're not doing the same thing. I mean, you guys, everybody that's been in there, you guys have seen
Yep.
how many different things. You look on the walls, you see the athlete profiles, you see the banners, you see all the logos, you see all the different companies that come through. And the best part is though, like if there's somebody that's new that's never been in there, they walk in and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Then they actually get to see it and witness it. And the word wow, like that's the cool part.
And if you get there early enough, you see a gorgeous man working out at 4:30 in the morning.
I don't get there until about 5:30, 5:20.
I don't know that anybody's ever said
Look,
that.
I think what like your platform that you built says a lot about you personally, right? So I want to go back to that. Like you've experienced so many individuals, and when you see one fail, I know personally that when you see one fail and you lose one, which it happens in everything we do in life, right?
Mhm.
You turn and go, what can I do better to help them out?
Oh,
And
tenfold.
it lines up with your passion of just helping people, right?
Mhm.
And when we talk about the elite performance package, like that was built by Zach, just loving to help people get better in life. Like every piece of that was built for everybody that can walk in the door.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love about you. Like you've obsessed about perfecting that.
That's a good word.
Obsessed.
It is like
Obsessed.
you
I mean, and
you probably
truthfully,
saw
there's-
somebody fail early in your days and you were like,
Yeah,
I'm not
myself.
going to do well.
Yeah.
You know, obviously,
love
but
that
as far
answer.
as the profession, right? You obsessed about, I got to have that for that person because if I had that to help them with, I know they would have made it. You know what I mean? I
True.
know they would have made
That's
it.
why do you think
And
he's
I'm getting it.
as soon
Like,
as
I'm doing
Marshall
everything
left,
I
he
can.
installed a Taco Bell buffet. like it, but you know,
I got my chili bean
that's not what you're
We're
talking
clearly-
about.
burrito
we're
over
truly-
here.
Jesus.
We're clearly guilt tripping Marshall into getting back on the saddle, right?
I think,
tough,
hey,
It's not a guilt trip. It's 100%
I
honest.
think we talked earlier. Like,
I
the
wasn't-
guy's putting in work.
Yeah.
Like he's
Oh, he
making some
is.
changes, and I think
He
he's
started
doing a good
using the-
job based off of what
Yeah,
he's telling
he
me
just
earlier.
started using a grill.
So kudos to him. So
Hey, it's true.
are we talking charcoal?
I've-
or are we
I've-
talking propane?
I don't know. What are
gas?
you using?
what we
Charcoal grill?
Gas.
Gas grill?
Gas.
He just started grilling his food, right? Big piece. He's
Yeah,
eating.
we're
he's
eating fruits, vegetables,
Fruits.
strictly water. We've cut out.
Yeah.
The way you said that, I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just speaking
sorry.
facts.
We've
Dude, I,
You
know,
actually-
I know what you mean,
for
but the
people
way you
though
said
that
it.
truly are all in and want to make those changes,
He's trying.
that's the battle.
Yes. No,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
true.
No,
Like,
it-
you
honestly,
know as well
legit,
as
yeah.
I do.
Hell yeah.
Other individuals at different times, they're just not all in.
Yes.
They're just not ready. I can put
Yep.
every training document in front of these people.
Right.
And to some degree, they don't either want to do it, they're
Yeah.
not ready to do it, or there's
Yeah.
too many excuses, or there's
Right.
something that they're still running from
Yep.
that they're not ready to improve.
Maybe they haven't
know-
hit the
Yeah.
rock bottom of what they're dealing with, maybe.
Yeah.
And a lot of that.
It's
pushes
almost
to
like
that.
every person has their why going
Yeah.
into a gym.
And I tell you what,
And-
though, that kudos to you for saying it that way, because that's a safe summary.
Yeah.
And for
What
me,
is
I
what
wasn't.
is your why?
I wasn't mentally ready to tackle that. I
Yeah.
love the gym. That's what
I
I,
think
did for years, and I got away from that.
Yeah.
And
You know,
I mean, you've got Dustin and Mike. I mean, they talk about going into the gym every day, and it's an easy push. Like it's easy to jump onto that, right?
Mhm.
I want to
it
do
is
it too. You know?
well, yeah. Well, I don't. You finish that because you might. I think you got a good point. You're probably
Yeah, like it's so in Marshall's instance, like he wasn't ready for it, but also like every day we're together, they talk about their day and they talk
Yeah.
about, man, we had a good workout at
Yeah.
Zach's gym, elite performance. Like, dude, and what do you do when you are latched on? You're like, man, you gotta come. Like, get in here,
Yeah.
Marshall. Like, it was an easy instance for Marshall to just say, be extra motivated
Oh,
mentally. Yeah, let's do it, man. Today's the day, right? But he wasn't ready.
You weren't
for
ready.
that.
And
He was just feeding off what you guys
That's
were
one
giving
thing I learned.
I will say I wasn't mentally strong enough to keep it going.
That's bullshit.
At
bullshit.
that time.
You
I
just
don't
weren't
know.
ready.
Well, no. So
I mean, it's a
one
mental
thing
game,
one thing I
100%.
learned from my journey was like, there's no, and I want everybody to hear this online. There's no such thing in reality as motivation. Motivation is a trick word that gets you to the doorstep of things.
Yeah.
So like Danny's saying is like, it's really easy to listen to somebody like me that's like, I lost 90 fucking pounds and I'm jacked. Like it gets you motivated. What happens when you wake up at 4 a.m. and you're sore as shit and you don't want to get out of bed? You're going to go right back to your old habits.
Mm-hmm.
What gets you going is discipline. Motivation gets you to the doorstep.
Yep.
Get that motivation leaves the room as soon as shit starts to hurt, as soon as you're tired, as soon as life, you get fired from your job, your wife leaves you, whatever that is, it leaves.
Mm-hmm.
What sticks around is discipline. That's one thing I lost from or learned from Zach. I learned from Mike. Mike told me about you years ago, multiple times, kind of like Marshall.
And your timing was probably right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I never went. And then I showed up. I called Mike when I showed up. I said, hey, who's that guy you're telling me about or whatever? Like,
Zach?
I'm ready to go.
Let me tell you about
Right?
Zach in Elite Performance.
Yeah.
As we've just
I
sat
was
here.
probably
done.
standing next to him.
How much time you got?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey,
anyway.
on that,
Anyway.
we love what you're doing with the community, Zach. Like, and we love our partnership. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
it's awesome. I do want to talk more about who Zach is. You know, like who Zach Dirr is.
Sure.
So we'll do that as we go, but we're gonna time this part out. But next episode, we're gonna talk about Zach Dirr and who he really is.
Oh man.
I know there's 360 clients of yours. Is that
Right.
correct?
Right.
Everybody, they're all a fan of you, right? They want to know who you are. So we want to dive in. We want to know what's your favorite sports teams.
Oh,
You know,
man.
we're gonna dive into you.
Where'd you play your activity at?
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into that. But for now, we're gonna swoop in part 1. There is a part 2 coming, so tune in. Part 1 is final. Tune in for next part. Peace.